Once upon a North Pole night, the wind was blowing with all its might. Mrs. Claus was cookie baking, the elves were busy toy making. Santa checked his list for the second time, then he heard an unfamiliar chime. They raced to the door to see what was wrong. They couldn't see through the wind so strong. They closed the door to keep out of the storm. Then they sat by the fire to get themselves warm. They waited and looked outside the next day. The storm had destroyed Santa Claus's sleigh. All the king's zebras and all the king's men could not put the sleigh back together again.
Oh no, not good. We run out of luck. The presents are made, but now we are stuck.
Mrs. Claus remembered where another sleigh rested. Santa's conviction was about to be tested.
Jack Frost has a sleigh that you can use if you can both come to a truce.
Mrs. Claus arranged for the meet between Santa Claus and
that lousy cheat.
A game of Monopoly played in ages past became a rivalry that could no longer last. Jack arrived and the terms were soon laid. A series of games were about to be played. The stakes of these games were set very high. Cookies for a sleigh that can fly through the sky. These were Mrs. Claus's special magic Christmas cookies. I'd place my bet too, but the North Pole doesn't have bookies. I'll pause for a minute now to let the games unfold, much more interesting to watch than to simply be told. Oh no, Santa Claus lost. This is terrible news. This wasn't supposed to happen. How did he lose? Mrs. Claus's cookies were loaded with Christmas spirit.
I have an idea, if you will hear it. Take my sleigh to deliver your toys to all of the good girls and boys.
That sounds very good, but what is the catch?
Mrs. Claus must bake me another batch.
Hey, buddy.
There you have it, a happy end to our tale. Good cookies will save Christmas without fail. So from all of us to all of you,
Merry Christmas!
And happy cookie time, too.